To paint a desert, start by mixing up a sand color. I'm going to use some yellow, a little bit of red, a little bit of black, and a good bit of white to get this sand color. Make sure that your sand color isn't too light because we're going to add some lighter colors into it later. As I paint this horizon line, I'm being very careful to make sure the top of the horizon line is neat and crisp, not fuzzy and sloppy. If you run out of paint, go ahead and get some more in your brush, and that will help you keep your horizon line neat. After you have the horizon line, you can fill in all the space below it with that sand color. Once the base layer for your desert is done, you're ready to mix up a lighter sand color. Just add some white to your regular sand color, and then use a small brush and go into the top of the hills and paint a line across the top of each sand dune. Then take that white line and fade it down in so that the highlight at the top of the sand dune fades down into the rest of the desert. This is going to give a 3D look to all the bumps and hills in your desert. Do it to a few of the hills on the horizon line. And as you move down, you'll get to decide where each dune will be. So just find an empty area, create that top of the sand dune, and then fade it down in to the base layer of your sand. This is a lot easier to do if your base layer is still wet. Getting the lines at the top of the sand dunes to fade is crucial. Once you filled in your desert with the sand dunes, you can mix up a darker color and use a big flat brush with just a tiny bit of that color on the very end of the bristles, a very little bit of paint on the bristles, and very lightly stamp that brush into the sand to create little rocks and sand grains. You don't want to overdo it with this, just a little bit and very light. And there you have a desert.